The female main character, his name is Greta. Like, how old are you? Like 85. And Otis. What? Who came up with these names? Jenny? Janine? Hello besties, it's Kira. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video we're going to be doing my November TBR. Sorry in advance, I am sick, so if I sound a little funky, it is because I am sick, but the show must go on. I feel like I just sat down like literally 2 hours ago to film my October TBR, and that was a month ago, babes. I'm going to pick a prompt from this jar. I'm going to pick 6 prompts. Make sure to follow my socials down below, along with goodreads, my Amazon wishlist, like that thing under if you want to check it out. Like, comment, subscribe, maybe. And let's just get right into it. Let's see what prompt number 1 is. Book chosen solely because of the cover. Alrighty besties, so this one is off of my fall TBR. It's been staring at me the past month or month and a half since I made that fall TBR, and I was like, I really want to read this. I'm gonna go with Cash by Jessica Peterson. This is a new cover for this series. I think before they literally just had a man on each of the covers, and they have these pretty edges. I mean, look at this cover. Stunning. Best fall vibes. I love the little graphic. I love the country vibes. Like, sold. This is the first book in the Lucky River Ranch series, and it seems like it's about this woman named Molly, and her father unexpectedly passes away and leaves this ranch to her, but she's from the city. She knows really nothing about any of ranch life, so she ends up moving to this country town, and that's where she meets Cash, who the ranch's foreman, and obviously he's grumpy, he's rude, he doesn't like what she's saying at all and what's best for the ranch. They end up having to work together. There's a romance. It's that classic kind of city girl, country, rancher kind of romance and dynamic. I'm really excited. I love cowboy romances. I will literally read all of them. They're so fun. For a book chosen solely because of the cover, I'm gonna go with Cash by Jessica Peterson. Let's see what prompt number 2 is. Book that starts with letter of the month. Okay, so it's gonna be November, so I need a book that starts with an N, which I do not know if I have, so I will be back because this might take a little bit of time. Alrighty besties, so I don't have any on my physical TBR, and I was looking because I did not know that you could sort it by title and the letter. I have 3 options. I have Nectar of War, Knights of Obedience, and Night Weaver. They all are fantasy. I honestly don't really want to read them. So is it kind of cheating that I'm not picking one? Yes. I'm gonna see if I have any that start with the letter D for December, because I won't use this prompt next month. Okay besties, so I did in fact just buy this book the other day. I'm not sure if I'm going to read it because it kind of is a chunky book. Am I in the mood for it? Like, yes, obviously I bought it, I want to read it, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to it like this month. I have Direbound, I think that's how it's pronounced, by Sable Sorensen. So I literally just got this from Target the other day for the buy one get one 50% off book sale, and I like looked it up on Goodreads, and people are saying it's kind of like Fourth Wing, but like make it with wolves or something instead of dragons and make it better. And I was like, I do really like Fourth Wing. I do love the dragon aspect, but I'm very interested to see how like this would go if it's getting compared to Fourth Wing. So it seems like this girl named Marin doesn't like that people bond with these like wolves or something. They're called dire wolves that they ride, so kind of like the dragon version, if that makes any sense. Seems like her little sister gets kidnapped, and she ends up enlisting into the army and gets thrown into the bonding trials. It's giving like Fourth Wing and like Powerless crossover, but it seems like she's got to do some training. She's gonna get bonded to a wolf. It says her cold and beautiful instructor Stark Erson is eager to punish her. So is there a romance between her and the instructor, like, you know, like trainer-trainee romance? It's giving Fourth Wing, oh my god. But then there's a crown prince mentioned, so I'm like, is it Powerless too? I am so confused. There's so much going on. I'm very excited. I've never heard of this book before. I've never heard anybody talk about it, but it's got like a 4 point something on Goodreads. It's got a 4.35. That's like pretty good. So because we couldn't find a book with an N, we're gonna go to December and do a book that starts with a D instead. For a book that starts with the letter of the month, I'm gonna go with Direbound by Sable Sorensen. Alright, let's see what prompt number 3 is. Book on TBR for way too long. Okay, so for this one, what I usually do is just go on my Goodreads and then sort it by like date added and just pick whatever one is like on the top of the list. It's gonna be like a hockey romance, I bet you. Actually, I'm not gonna go with a hockey romance. These top 4 I'm not gonna go with. I'm going to go with one that I already have on my physical TBR because I've had this book for so long and I was staring at it the other day and it was like if I don't read this football season, which you'll get why I have to unhaul it. Said book is called Midnight Kisses by Jenny Benedict. I'm not sure like which one it is. This, all I know, is a college like football romance, and I saw someone review this like actually probably 2 years ago now. I added this in November 14th of 2022. That's 3 years. It's really like spicy and cakey and I'm like, oh, not sure how to feel about that. Basically, it's like something about Coach's daughter, I think, and they somehow have this like relationship. The female main character, his name is Greta. Like, how old are you? Like 85. And Otis. What? Who came up with these names? Jenny, Janine, girl, Otis, and Greta? Okay, I mean, you do you, I guess. I just like need to read this during this football season because I've had it on my TBR for 3 years. It's also like long. Why is it so long? We'll see how this goes. For a book that's been on my TBR for way too long, 3 years, I'm gonna go with Midnight Kisses by Janine Benedict. Alright, besties, halfway there. Let's pick prop number 4. Book that everyone is talking about. I don't know if I have one at the moment that like everybody is talking about. Alright, besties, so I don't think I have one like at this current moment that people are still talking about that's like a new release that's really, really good. So I'm just gonna go with one that everybody has like talked about like a lot in the last like 2 months that it came out. And I just like have been really wanting to read this book. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Let's put it on the TBR. I'm gonna go with Wildcard by Elsie Silver. This is Elsie Silver's newest release, and after I read this book, I'm gonna be all caught up with Elsie Silver's books. It's a little bittersweet. So many people have always been talking about it since it came out. All I know about this one is that it's Ex-Boyfriend's Dad, which I have never read. I've never had any interest to read, but I feel like Elsie Silver is gonna do it right. She always does. She is like my favorite author, I think, of like all time. I think this woman like is either visiting or comes back to this small town, and that's where she meets, what's his name? Sebastian, who is her ex-boyfriend's dad. They somehow spark a romance. That's all I need to know. I know it's gonna be quick, it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be spicy, and I'm so excited to see how Elsie Silver takes on the ex-boyfriend dad trope because it's a little crazy. I've heard good things, and I kind of just want to know what all the girlies who like ex-boyfriend's dad hype is about. So for a book that everybody's talking about, I'm gonna go with Wildcard by Elsie Silver. Let's see what prompt number 5 is. Book with a great first line. Okay, I'm gonna just pick a few, and whatever first line really grabs me, we will choose that one. Alrighty, besties, I picked out 3 options of books that I've been like kind of eyeing. So we have Phantasma, because realize that I should read this during spooky season. November kind of really isn't spooky season anymore, but it's still fall. So I picked out One Dark Window, which I did start this book. I made it to page 32, and then I soft DNF'd it. It is also just like a gothic fantasy moment, and obviously that's perfect for like fall time. So last but not least is just a random one, but Watch Me by Tahar Mafi. This is the first book in like a spin-off series, I think Shatter Me series. I think it's about Adam's younger brother. I don't know his name. This I have been like eyeing, and I kind of want a young adult dystopian moment. I don't know. Let's see which one has the best first line. First with Phantasma, it says, "The devil had a wicked mouth and a voice as smooth as bourbon." Okay. One Dark Window. I was 9 and the first time the physicians came to the house. Okay. Let's see what Watch Me has. I feel like it's gonna be good. When I open the cupboard, the shelves are empty. Okay. I mean, not like the best. Out of all 3 options, Phantasma's like, I guess, the most intriguing. All I know about this duology is I think this female main character like makes a bargain to like save her sister or something, and Phantasma's like a game, so I think there are like games or trials or something along those lines. I think this first book is a romance between 2 characters in this book, and I think the second book is about the sister from what I've heard. I feel like everybody has already read this. I want to see if it's for me. For a book with a great first line, it's an okay first line. I'm gonna go with Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. Alright, Alrighty besties, we have made it to the last and final prompt for this video. Let's see what prompt number 6 is. Book inspired by the last book you read. Okay, so the last book I read was Soul Searching by Lila Sage. This was in my last video. If you want to know my thoughts on that stuff, really liked it. It's like a paranormal romance. I do have an option for this prompt, but I don't know if I'm going to start that book before the month ends, so I don't know if I should put it on there. So I might just go with a fantasy romance or something for this one. Alright, even though I just dissed this book for the last prompt, I feel like it's like the closest I'm gonna get to kind of the vibes of Soul Searching. So One Dark Window is back. So Soul Searching, the like fantasy or the paranormal element is that the female main character, she can see and talk to ghosts. And in One Dark Window, I think there's kind of like a monster aspect or like a voice in her head that I don't think anybody can see or whatever, something like that. So I feel like that aspect is kind of similar. Do I really want to read this? Not really. I mean, even the first like 30 something pages, I wasn't really vibing with it. It is spooky season and it is the like gothic fantasy kind of is the vibe right now. And honestly, I don't even know if this is going to be for me because I heard it's not a lot of romance, but it's a good story. So I just want to try again and see. And all I remember is something about like these magical like cards that are kind of like tarot cards. The female main character is like going on a quest to collect all these cards to like break a sickness or a curse that's on her or a lot of people. For a book inspired by the last book I read, I'm gonna go with One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Alrighty besties, so that is my November TBR. Y'all can see behind me. I would go over the books again, but losing the voice with the sickness and getting real congested. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to follow my socials down below, along with your reads, my Amazon wishlist, stuff like that is linked on there if you want to check it out. Like, comment, subscribe, comment, baby. And I'll see you guys next week for another video. Bye!